Going into there. Now we want it through. We click it. We bring it through. We click it. Oh, come on through. So we're advancing the film. Okay, so it should be, we bring the film in. It's going around the spool. We bring it round. Now when it, yeah, we've got a bit of a problem here. At this point here, we're going to close the lid, and that's it. So at this point here, we've got the film in, but it needs a bit of work, and it's a very old film. So it's ready to go virtually. You'll see that the frames on this side here. Choose your speed. Do what you know, 60 to a second. That's about it. The other thing about these cameras is they're single lens reflex. When it means you can change the lenses. They're all the same. The beauty of this camera is you can take the lenses off. To remove the lens, you push this little button here, this little silver button. Right? You can't take it off by itself, it won't come off. You've got to unlock it. When you push the button in, you turn the camera lens to the left, and out comes the lens. You can only use Minolta lenses. These are all Minolta lenses. They're all designed for this camera. You can see the mirror there. So it's called a single lens reflex. The light comes through, you see the image, but as soon as you click the shutter, that will disappear. Well, we can probably do it there. When you push the shutter, very quickly well, I can't do it with the lens off. It's not allowing to do it. But the lens, the mirror, which you're looking through, will move back slightly and allow the image to hit the back film, and then it pops down again. So if you want to change lenses, push the button, and even to put it back, push the button, put it in where the marks, the red dot on the top there, see that red dot? See the red dot here? The red dot must meet the red dot. You put it in there and turn it one click, and that's it, it can't come off. To take it out, push the button, move the whole lens there, and the lens will come out. Choose your next lens. Here we've got a telephoto lens. It's quite a good looking lens actually. So it's an auto zoom. It's not just a telephoto. You can zoom in, you can close it in, you can bring it out. So this is going to be wonderful. So you've got a choice of close up, within middle distance, to bringing things in close. To use it, take the cap off. The same fittings, same. They're both the same. We've got more lenses for you here. Try and keep the covers on all the time because this dust is going to get in there. Keep them covered. Try and get lens caps for them and keep these clean. You've got a lens hood here, which can go on here to stop light coming in. So it'll screw in there. So now it's locked on. If you don't want the lens hood, take it off. There's filters. These are all filters that go in there. You can filter the light. They're all different filters. Just learn about filters. You can get some incredible fisheye lenses. You can do colors. You can change what comes into the camera by changing this. In fact, I think that is a bit of a fisheye. It's got a curve on it. But if you don't want them, take them off. You can still buy these things. Get them online. But they've got to fit the Minolta range. So we've got that. We've got more filters here. What else we got? So to fit the telephoto, you take the lens cap off, take the cover off. Remember the red dot somewhere? There'll be a red dot, right? We have a red dot here. We line the red dot up with the red dot here, and we put them together, and click, and click, and click. It should go.
You went the other way with the other one?
No, it should be red dot to red dot. That's all right. We're just going to get it to line up.
Yeah.
Maybe push the button. Okay. Red dot. And it should work, and if it's the same camera, it must work. Getting in there, just make sure I've got it right myself. There's only one way to go in, which is not going at this stage. I hope it's the same lens. I presume it's a Minolta lens. It may not be. I'm just looking where we are here. We've got 3 lenses there. We've got 3 here. I know. Just be careful. Don't force them. But we've just got to get those dots lined up. Hold it in again. Red dot to red dot. Come round. It may not be a Minolta lens. So we'll check that out. But it does look very good. It looks like the right lens. I'll just try again. Yeah, it's a bit odd. So we might have to work on that. Anyway, there's another lens here. All these are different, same thing. This one screws off. We'll put that in there. Where again? Look for the red dot. There it is. Put it in. See, that is the right one. So that lens could be a little bit different. Maybe it needs an adapter or something. Remember, it won't come off by itself. You've got to push that button, that chrome button on the side near the red dot. That's the lock. Push that in and turn it. Out she comes. To go back in, push the button, red dot to red dot, and lock in. There's the lens cap. The lens cap comes off, screws off, and you've got, interesting. Right, so now we've got, I think what we've got here is an adapter between the two. See how this is now not a lens, it's an adapter. Okay, red dot to red dot. Now why isn't that? That's interesting. This looks like it's a, we've got a thing on the top here. How are we going with the, oh, that's the camera touching it. Yeah, it's an adapter. Now this probably is a, it magnifies. See how it's a Tele Plus. So this will change my, it says on here Tele Plus MC7. So it's actually going to change this lens, right? So I can put this lens, red dot to red dot, and lock it in. Now I've got control with this. So it's an adapter. It's not a lens on its own. It turns this into an adjustable telephoto lens, which is very clever. Remember, if you want to take it apart, push the dot and move the lens. So you've got to push here, take it off, and it should come away. Push the dot here, pull it, comes away, and then we can go back to our standard lens over here. Another one. They're all got different purposes. This looks like another Minolta one. Find the red dot. There's the red dot to red dot. Lock it in. That's it. So every lens will have a different rating. The rating's in here. 1 to 2.3. And the 35mm. So this is a 35mm camera. Okay.
1.28.
1.28. 35mm. The lens made in Japan. This is very high quality stuff. So to take a picture, load your film, and there's other controls, but the manual's here. This is the manual. It'll all be in here. Just read that from cover to cover. It's the owner's manual for this machine. Over here, this is the other one. It's an earlier model, another Minolta. It doesn't need a battery to take a picture. We've got 1.4 lens, which is better than that one. This lens is better. These are very good lenses, made in Japan. Same thing. Advance the film. And it tells you where you are on the film in here, the counter. Every time you take a picture, it'll advance. You've got to push this button, take the picture. Advance the film, wait, take the picture. We're sort of exercising the camera now. Same thing, if you change the speed, 1000, it'll go quicker. Less opening time. Here's the ASA rating, 100. We can change that by doing this. Now it's a 200 ASA film. We can go to a 400 ASA film. You've got to tell this camera what film you're putting in it. Otherwise it will upset the exposure. But you've got to do all. It's going to need your input. Same thing, film. Close it off. Make sure it's right. That's good there. We're on 1000. To open the back, pull this lever up and you will feel that you'll see the top jump up. Clunk. There we go. There's the same thing. Don't touch this, don't touch that. This is a more conventional way of putting it in. The film canister, as we saw before, must be up. The label's up. Bring the film over. And there's a hole in here. There we go. See the gap in there? We're going to find it. Won't do it. You'll see a slot in here. Can you see in there? There's that slot there. That's where the end of the film goes. You force the end of the film in there, and as you drag it round, the film will be advanced round and round and roll it round a couple of times, and eventually the new film will go through. When you make sure it's got no big bumps in here, close the lid back there, push that down. When the film's finished, and you keep going, there's no film left, and you've gone to 36 shots or 24 shots or whatever you've got in your film, the camera won't do any more. Don't keep cranking it because you'll rip the film out of here. You have to wind it back. So at this point, we've got to wind the film back from this side, back to its original container. So you pull this up and you wind it back. And you keep winding it. It's going to turn this one around, and all the film that's been exposed in this dark space is going to be pulled back into the canister. So you keep winding. You'll feel pressure. Winding. Next, eventually, so all the film is gone. It's been exposed and it's been wound back. You open the top. Once you know it's completely gone, open the top, and the film will be wound from there back into your case. Pull this up to allow the film to come out, and the canister comes out. This one here is a completed film. So here we got a completed film sitting in there. It's all wound back. I don't know why it's difficult to get in there, but it is. So when all the film is wound back, it won't be visible. There's no ends visible. It's all locked up in there. Don't open it. It has to go to the camera shop or send it away online, and they'll send you back pictures. So the film is in there. This one has been exposed. We don't know what's on it. But it may be possible to save it. It could have family photos from the last person to have the camera. So just experiment, but be very careful. These things can be, they're delicate, but they're robust. Close the film, close it down, and that's it.
How do you turn that one off and on?
There is no off and on.
Oh.
This doesn't have. It has a battery. It probably has. I'd still be watching the. Read the manual, make sure you will get this online. It actually does have an off and on here, but I'm not sure about that. We'll have to get a manual on this guy. It's an older one. We've got the manual for this one, the X-700, but we don't have the manual for the SRT 101. But they'll be around, they'll be online. And learn. There's a time exposure. Tick, 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 tick. And yeah, so that you've got lots of controls. But you'll have to get the manual on this one. And bring it back. Yeah. We'll worry about that later. Anyway, you need the manual. So I hope that explains the Minoltas.